Guys, ahead of the Super Eagles of Nigeria's second international friendly game against the Jordan national team tomorrow, there is actually a positive and a negative update from the Super Eagles camp in Turkey ahead of that game tomorrow. Since their recent victory over the Iran national team last week Friday, a lot of things have actually happened in the camp of the Super Eagles of Nigeria in Turkey ahead of that game against Jordan tomorrow. And in this video, I am going to take you through everything you need to know concerning the happenings in the Super Eagles camp in Turkey ahead of the game against Jordan tomorrow evening. But before then, I would like to welcome you to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone and where you are watching me from. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do that. But if you have done that already, thank you so much. Please do well to like, comment, and do not forget to turn on notification to enable you to see when next post. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, just like I was saying, there is a positive and a negative update from the Super Eagles camp in Turkey ahead of their second friendly game against Jordan national team tomorrow. Yes, and we are going to start from the negative news. The negative news from the Super Eagles camp is that two of our key defenders have left camp. Yes, two of our key defenders are missing from their latest training session ahead of the Jordan game, which means that they are not going to be available in the game against Jordan. Yes, and who are these players? I am talking about Bruno Onyemaechi and Shimi Ajayi. Both Shimi Ajayi and Bruno Onyemaechi were not in the Super Eagles' recent training ahead of that game against Jordan. And of course, we all know that Bruno Onyemaechi's girlfriend, Abi wife, just put to bed recently. Probably that was the reason why he was given a compassionate leave, to go be with his nursing wife. So probably that was the reason why Bruno Onyemaechi was not in the recent Super Eagles training session. And about Shimi Ajayi, I don't really know what is actually the reason why Shimi Ajayi, actually was not in that training session. As it stands, there is no official report about Shimi Ajayi, missing that training session. So we don't know if it is actually an injury concern or maybe he was actually given the permission to go back to his club. We don't know as it stands what is the reason why Shimi Ajayi was not in the training session ahead of this game against Jordan tomorrow. But as for Bruno Onyemaechi, his girlfriend just put to bed. So probably he was just given the permission, to go be with his nursing wife. I don't know, but I am just thinking that probably that is the reason why Bruno Onyemaechi was not in the Super Eagles recent training session. And the positive update from the Super Eagles camp is that in the recent FIFA ranking, yes, the March FIFA ranking, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have moved a step forward in the recent FIFA ranking. In this month of March, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have moved to 26th position in the world. Yes, the Super Eagles of Nigeria now are occupying the 26th position in the world in the FIFA world ranking right now. And in Africa, they are third on the log. Yes, Nigeria is the third best country in terms of football in Africa. I think the first position is Morocco, second is Senegal. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the various updates from the Super Eagles camp ahead of the Jordan game tomorrow. Personally, I believe that with or without Bruno Onyemaechi and Shimi Ajayi, the Super Eagles of Nigeria actually have enough, personnel to defeat Jordan. Yes, I don't think Bruno Onyemaechi and Shimi Ajayi unavailability should be, a cause of concern. Yeah, it shouldn't be a cause of concern for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We actually have enough personnel in camp, to actually defeat the Jordan national team. And as regard the positive update from the Super Eagles camp, which is, them moving from the 28th position to the 26th position in the FIFA ranking, it's actually a good news for us. Yes, I think since the conclusion of the 2025 AFCON tournament in Morocco, the Super Eagles of Nigeria has actually been doing well in the FIFA ranking. Yes, I think immediately after the AFCON, they moved to 28th position and now they are already in the 26th position, third in Africa. That simply means that the Super Eagles of Nigeria are on a good track. Yes, they are on a good track, and I think this is the kind of the Super Eagles we all dream to have. Yes, this man Eriche has actually done a wonderful job since becoming the Super Eagles manager, and I think and I pray that he will continue in this manner. Now you can comfortably watch the Super Eagles of Nigeria, without fear, with all conviction that they can actually give you a victory, or the worst result they can get is a draw. This is the Super Eagles we want. This is the Super Eagles we all want. And we just pray that this man will be able, to bring about the fear factor that the Super Eagles of Nigeria were known for in the past back to this current Super Eagles squad. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is your take on this? Do you think that the Super Eagles of Nigeria can actually defeat the Jordan national team without Shimi Ajayi and Bruno Onyemaechi in the game tomorrow? Or you think that it will seriously affect the game against Jordan tomorrow? And what is your thought on the improvement of the Super Eagles team in the FIFA ranking? Are you actually impressed, with the Super Eagles of Nigeria movement in the FIFA ranking recently? And you think that Eric Chair is actually doing a wonderful job with these boys? Please, whatever your opinion may be on this, I'd like to see it in the comment section. Do it to like, comment, and do not forget to turn on notification to enable you to see when I start post. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video. Bye.